Hello, I'm Seth Johnson with Land House. So I asked my fiance Ashley what kind of plants she wanted on the property, and the only thing she suggested was a weeping willow tree. Something about the old Pocahontas movie from Disney. So in today's video, I'm going to be planting this weeping willow. This came from a website called betterblossom.com. It was one of the better priced plants, and shipping seemed reasonable. So we'll see how well this thing works here on the property. So let's go plant this guy. I've been working on clearing off this little patch of land here, and I figured right here would be a good spot for this weeping willow tree. So this tree is not very big, so I'm going to try and dig out a spot. It's going to be about 2 foot or so. Now here in North Carolina, you're lucky to dig 3 inches in any direction without hitting a rock. Got about 2 on that one. Digging is hard work. So I dug this probably about 6 inches too deep, and that's because there's so many rocks. I'm going to backfill this some, make sure there's no rocks. Should just give this tree a better chance of growing when it's got fresh, rock-free dirt below it. There's a lot of clay in this soil as well. I'm going to pull this tree out here. Okay. The ball on this thing is definitely small. I may have to fill this hole in a little bit more. Yeah, I think we'll put a little bit more dirt in here. I'm excited to have this willow tree. It should be nice. Hey, Wally. Okay, let's see about patting down the roots here and see if I can get them broken up a little. Wonder how long this tree's been in this bucket. You never have even half the amount of dirt when you fill a hole back up. Hope this thing grows well in all this clay dirt. And now it's officially planted. You can see I used the rocks from the hole that I dug, well, past Wally, to make a little circle around. Now I noticed that I planted the branches off in the other direction. I'm kind of hoping that as the year goes on and the sun hits this thing, branches will sprout on this side to hopefully fill this thing out some. Well, this thing is planted, except for maybe putting some mulch around the base to help retain water. Now, every time I've planted something on the property here, within a couple hours the deer have devoured whatever it is. So I'm pretty sure they have been standing in the woods behind me just waiting for me to leave. So I've got some old fence posts and some chicken wire. I figured I'd make a little triangle around this tree to keep out the deer. Also, my neighbor, Homeboy, who's a really nice guy, sometimes mows the yard for me, and he would love to mow this down too. So it's probably best that we put a fence around it. So let's do that. I'm just going to make a triangle here out of these pieces. I guess it needs to be kind of big so the deer don't just reach over and eat the leaves off of this thing. Gotta find a spot that doesn't have any rocks on it. Okay, 2 more of those. See if my little bit of fencing here will reach around. Hopefully so. Yeah. I don't know, if anything it'll just keep out the deer that are not very concerned about this tree in the first place. Not exactly sure how long this will be here. If it's going to be 2 months or 6 months, not really sure. This came from my garden, so it's kind of stretched out. Wouldn't you know it? About 1.5 feet too short. Now that the fence is up, I'm going to give this guy about 4 gallons of water. This water's kind of cool, so hopefully won't have any real issues with it. I'm coming back tomorrow to water again, and it might rain tonight, so making sure I give this thing lots of water when it's first planted. Apparently whenever you give a plant lots of water when it's first planted, it wants to put in a deep tap root, or so I'm told. I added 3 inches of mulch around the base of the tree, and I left the trunk exposed so as not to have any of the mulch sitting against it, hopefully to prevent any kind of disease. But the mulch will help keep water in the soil. Well, I believe that concludes the planting of this weeping willow tree. I do hope to have this guy for the next 60, 70 years, so hopefully I've done it right here. Thanks for watching. I'm Seth Johnson with Land to House, and I will see you next time. Bye.